All right, we're going to talk about galleries. The gallery, at least, or the galleries, I should say, with PWT themes are sites that we sell are a little, excuse me, are a bit different now than they were when we first started. You know, back with the Enchanted theme or some of the older themes. We've actually added a vertical gallery, and the actual gallery itself works a little bit different than it does now. So let's go ahead and jump in. It's until you actually dive in and make the edits, actually start doing galleries, I can tell you half of this is going to kind of confuse you, because gallery and an album, what's an album? What's a gallery? What's an album and a gallery? What's the difference between an album and a gallery? So when I start going back and forth on that, you're probably going to like, whoa, what's he talking about? I'm going to do my best to differentiate between the two. However, just take it with a grain of salt. Understand that once you physically start making these galleries, it'll be much easier to understand and much easier to work with. I say that because even as I'm talking, I'm confusing myself, you know. So I just kind of want to put that out there before we start. Now we're at the gallery section, and basically a gallery is videos or it's images. The video and image selection only works on the grid layout. So this is a grid. You know, we got rows. This is a grid layout. This theme has this. We have a vertical and a horizontal. So we have a horizontal slider right here. Obviously, this is a slider and not a grid layout. We also have the vertical, because we're having people asking about the vertical version. They're trying to upload pictures that were vertical based, and they just obviously were not fitting into a horizontal section. So we're going to go over how to add these and put them in pages. Let me refresh this. So first thing we want to do is come to the back end, photo gallery. Now what we want to do is create albums. And by album, let's just go ahead and say category. So for instance, we look at this, we have wedding pictures. That is your album, that is your category. So let's pretend you're a photographer and you have the Debonair theme. You're going to have albums / categories of your pictures. So we have wedding pictures. Maybe another one is baby pictures. Maybe another one is anniversary pictures. Maybe another one is birthday pictures. So forth and so forth. So you would see wedding pictures, birthday pictures, children pictures, etc., etc. Okay? Then what you can do is, as you create new galleries, which would be within the album, album galleries, we have an album, we have a gallery. Right? So yeah, the album is the category, the gallery is the subcategory of that particular category. So let's say wedding pictures. I just shot a photo shoot for a particular wedding. I'm going to upload my pictures for it. They're going to go under what? They're going to go under wedding pictures. They're not going to go under baby pictures, right? So with that in mind, let's click wedding pictures. Now here are your galleries. So your subcategory of the album. So here is a gallery. Here's a gallery. Here's a gallery. Here's a gallery. So when I click one of these, here's all the pictures for that gallery. Alright? This is kind of why I was pointing this out. I gave the speech I gave in the beginning, because it's like, whoa, wait a minute, that's a lot of stuff. So let's just, go within that. So if I want to add a new gallery, meaning I just shot a photo shoot for the Dean and Smith wedding, I would click Add New Gallery. Alright? Click Default Photo, and then start uploading my images. So I click Upload, boom, upload my pictures. Once it's done uploading, I click Update. I would come back, and then I enter my information. So Dean and Smith wedding. And a description if you need it. The description only comes into effect when you are doing the slider. This one. See this information, this text right here? That's what's right here in this box. right here. You can see it in here. So if you're doing galleries and you're only doing this type, you don't need text. Description makes no sense. However, if you're doing that little slider deal, then you want it. Okay? Now, let's go back to the beginning. So here we are. We've uploaded our pictures. What we want to do is then go to Pages, and we need to insert this gallery into a page. So right now we have Gallery 1. You'll see it in the address bar right here. Gallery 2, etc. So if I come in here, I click Gallery 2. This is what I see. And this is what makes the gallery work, is this little code. Right now you're like, oh, I gotta type code, I gotta remember this. No, you don't. So what you want to do is click this icon, the Add Gallery icon. You get a pop-up box, and then, excuse me, sorry about that. And then you're going to select your album. So Wedding Pictures, if you remember, was the album, and then under that album we had categories. So Wedding Pictures, and then I'm going to change my layout to a slider or vertical. Alright, but in all reality, that is inserting an entire album. So if I choose Wedding Pictures, for the most part, it's always going to be grid. So right now, let's look at this. This is all we have right here. See, this is a horizontal slider. I just inserted a grid one. If you remember, that's when we first started the video. It was the individual thumbnails. If I refresh this, I'm going to have the slider on top of a grid. Don't worry, it looks jacked up, I know, because you're really not supposed to put the slider on top of the slider. It's just kind of showing you how this thing is set up. Right? So let's go ahead and just do a new one for fun. Oops. Gallery delete. Okay, click the icon. I would kind of go by the rule of thumb. If I'm doing a grid layout, I'm gonna do particular albums. So right now we'll see test, delete, uncategorized, and picture and wedding pictures, right? So actually, let me insert that. Save this, so I can go back so you can see what we're actually looking at. That drop-down menu I just pulled up is this. Wedding pictures, uncategorized, test, delete. So as you add new albums or new categories, these fill up, and then you end up getting more selections from that drop-down. So again, wedding pictures, uncategorized, test, delete. Okay? Or what we can do is a gallery where it's just an individual shoot, for instance, a set of pictures from a particular category. So it's the Dave and Candace bride and groom set. You know, whatever it may be. You would insert the gallery as opposed to an album. Album's everything. Gallery is just an individual shoot. Okay? So for gallery, what we would do is it's breaking down the actual subcategory. So we have all these in here, right? So let's see. I want to do David and John and Jenny, bride and groom. I don't want gallery. I don't want grid. I want a vertical. Insert. Does all the work for me. Update. Now, why are we looking a little bit weird here? Let's see. Okay, there we go. I forgot to click some selection in there. So there's the I'll come back to that. There's the gallery. Right? I need to choose over here under page attributes, template, page no background. I had default. So if I put that put that back to default. Refresh this. Now I'm all goofy and messed up, right? So I forgot that part. No background. Okay, so that's the vertical one. If I wanted to have a different gallery, I would just choose the option accordingly. So maybe I want the slider. Insert. There's my slider. Boom. Pretty easy stuff. Alright, well that's it for galleries. I know this video is a little bit long. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing. Just remember the album is the main category and the gallery is the subcategory. And then at that point you choose which type of gallery you want, slider, grid, or a vertical one. And then you choose whether it's going to be the actual gallery or the album. Alright, that'll do it.